Right now, in this very moment, you are exactly where you need to be. I know that might sound strange, especially if you're going through difficult times, especially if you feel lost or confused or wondering how you ended up here. But I want you to understand something fundamental about life, about your life specifically. There are no accidents. There are no mistakes in the universe. Everything that has brought you to this point has been necessary for your growth, for your evolution, for your awakening. You see, most of us spend our entire lives fighting against what is. We resist our current circumstances. We tell ourselves stories about how things should be different, how we should be further along, how we should have made better choices. And all of that resistance, all of that struggle against what is, creates suffering. It creates anxiety. It creates this sense that we're not good enough, that we're behind somehow, that we've failed. But what if I told you that where you are right now is perfect? What if I told you that every single experience you've had, every heartbreak, every failure, every moment of doubt has been preparing you for something magnificent? What if this very moment right now is the doorway to a completely new way of living? You don't need to have it all figured out. You don't need to know the next 10 steps. You don't need to see the whole staircase. All you need to do is take one step. And that step begins with acceptance. Not resignation, mind you, but acceptance. There's a huge difference. Resignation says, I give up. This is all there is. Acceptance says, this is where I am, and from here I can begin again. Think about a seed buried in the ground. That seed doesn't resist the darkness. It doesn't complain about being underground, about not being able to see the sun. The seed uses that darkness, that pressure, that difficult environment to transform itself. And one day, at exactly the right moment, it breaks through the soil and begins to grow toward the light. You are that seed. Your difficult times, your struggles, your moments of darkness, they're not punishments. They're the very conditions necessary for your transformation. Now, I want to talk to you about something that most people misunderstand completely. They think that change happens when you force it, when you push and struggle and fight your way through. But real change, lasting change, happens when you relax into it, when you stop resisting what is and start working with it instead. You've been trying so hard, haven't you? Trying to be someone different, trying to fix yourself, trying to become worthy of love or success or happiness. But here's the truth that will set you free. You already are worthy. You don't need to earn your worth. You were born worthy. You came into this world as a perfect expression of life itself, and nothing you've done or failed to do has changed that fundamental truth. The problem is that somewhere along the way you started believing the stories that other people told you about who you should be. Your parents had ideas. Your teachers had expectations. Society created rules about what success looks like, what happiness should feel like, how you should live your life, and slowly, gradually, you began to abandon yourself. You began to live according to someone else's blueprint instead of your own. But your spirit, your true self, has been calling to you all along. Every moment of dissatisfaction you've felt, every time you've thought, there must be more than this, that was your authentic self trying to get your attention. And maybe that's why you're here right now in this moment feeling whatever you're feeling. Maybe you've reached a point where you simply can't continue living the old way anymore. And you know what? That's beautiful. That's not a crisis. That's an awakening. When the old ways stop working, when the masks we've been wearing start to feel suffocating, when we can't pretend anymore, that's when real transformation becomes possible. That's when we're finally ready for a new beginning. So let me ask you something. What would happen if you just stopped struggling for a moment? What would happen if you took a deep breath and said, okay, this is where I am. I don't have to like it, but I can stop fighting it. What would happen if you gave yourself permission to be exactly where you are without judgment, without criticism, without shame? I'll tell you what would happen. You'd create space for something new to come in, space for clarity, space for inspiration, space for the universe to work on your behalf. Because here's something most people don't understand. When you're constantly struggling and straining and trying to force things to happen, you're actually blocking the flow of good into your life. You're like someone standing in a river, pushing against the current, exhausting yourself, when all you need to do is turn around and let the river carry you. This doesn't mean you become passive. This doesn't mean you stop taking action. It means you align yourself with the natural flow of life instead of fighting against it. It means you learn to move with grace instead of force. It means you trust the process. And trust, that's a big word, isn't it? Trust is hard, especially if you've been hurt, especially if things haven't worked out the way you planned. But trust isn't about knowing everything will be okay. Trust is about knowing that whatever happens, you have the strength within you to handle it. Trust is about remembering that you've survived every difficult moment in your life so far. You've had your heart broken, and you survived. You've faced disappointments, and you survived. You've been through dark nights of the soul, and yet here you are, still breathing, still capable of growth, still capable of love. That's not weakness. That's incredible strength. And that strength is still within you right now. It hasn't gone anywhere. It's just been covered up by fear and doubt and all those voices telling you that you're not enough. But you are enough. Right now, exactly as you are enough. You don't need to wait until you lose weight or make more money or find the perfect relationship or achieve some goal. Your worthiness is inherent. It's not dependent on external circumstances. It's not something you earn. It's something you are. And when you really understand this, when you really feel this truth in your bones, everything changes. Because you stop seeking validation from outside yourself. You stop giving your power away to other people's opinions. You stop living your life according to someone else's standards. And you start living from the inside out instead of the outside in. This is what I mean by a new beginning. A new beginning isn't about changing your circumstances, although your circumstances might change as a result. A new beginning is about changing your relationship with yourself and with life itself. It's about coming home to who you really are underneath all the conditioning and programming and fear. And who are you really? You are not your thoughts. You are not your emotions. You are not your past mistakes or your future worries. You are not the roles you play or the labels other people have given you. You are pure awareness. You are consciousness itself, temporarily wearing a human costume, having a human experience. When you identify with your true nature, when you recognize yourself as this vast, eternal awareness, all your problems become smaller. They don't disappear necessarily, but they lose their power over you. Because you realize that you're not the character in the story, struggling with all these difficulties. You're the one watching the story unfold. You're the space in which the story happens. This isn't just philosophy. This has practical implications for your daily life. When you're identified with your thoughts and emotions, when you think you are your story, then everything feels personal. Every criticism wounds you. Every setback devastates you. Every fear consumes you. But when you recognize that you're the awareness witnessing all of this, you gain distance. You gain perspective. You can watch your thoughts without being controlled by them. You can feel your emotions without being overwhelmed by them. And from that place of awareness, from that place of inner stillness, you can make much better choices. You can respond to life instead of reacting to it. You can act from wisdom instead of fear. You can create your life intentionally instead of just letting it happen to you. So how do you get to that place? How do you access that awareness? You do it by becoming present. Right now, as you're reading these words, bring your attention to your breathing. Feel the breath moving in and out of your body. Notice the sensation of air moving through your nostrils. Feel your chest rising and falling. That's it. That's all you need to do. When you bring your attention to your breath, you automatically become present. You step out of the endless stream of thoughts about the past and the future, and you land in the only moment that actually exists, this one. And in this moment, right now, are you okay? I'm not asking if your life is perfect. I'm not asking if all your problems are solved. I'm asking right now, in this actual moment, are you fundamentally okay? You're breathing. You're aware. You're alive. And in this moment, that's enough. The suffering we experience doesn't usually come from what's happening in the present moment. It comes from our thoughts about what happened in the past or what might happen in the future. It comes from comparing our current reality to some idealized version of how things should be. It comes from resisting what is and wishing things were different. But what if you could just be with what is? What if you could meet this moment exactly as it presents itself without trying to change it or fix it or escape from it? What if you could bring a gentle curiosity to your experience instead of harsh judgment? When you do this, something miraculous happens. The struggle eases. The tension releases. And in that relaxation, in that softening, you create the conditions for change to occur naturally. Because change doesn't come from force, change comes from love. It comes from acceptance. It comes from being present with what is so fully and completely that transformation happens on its own. Think about it. Have you ever tried to force yourself to change something about yourself through self-criticism and judgment? How did that work out? Did beating yourself up make you more motivated or less? Did hating your body make you healthier? Did judging your past mistakes make you wiser? Probably not, because change that comes from a place of self-rejection isn't sustainable. It creates more of the same negative energy that caused the problem in the first place. But when you approach yourself with compassion, with understanding, with genuine care for your own well-being, everything shifts. You start making choices that honor yourself instead of harm yourself. You start treating yourself the way you would treat someone you truly loved. And from that place of self-love, real change becomes not only possible, but inevitable. Now, I know some of you might be thinking, but I've made such terrible mistakes. I've hurt people. I've wasted so much time. How can I just accept that and move on? And I hear you. I understand that guilt and regret. But staying stuck in guilt doesn't help anyone. It doesn't help the people you hurt. It doesn't help you. And it certainly doesn't make the world a better place. What helps is learning from your mistakes and choosing differently going forward. What helps is making amends where possible and forgiving yourself where it's not. What helps is understanding that you did the best you could with the level of awareness you had at the time. And now you have more awareness. Now you can choose differently. Now you can be the person you wish you had been then. Every moment is a new beginning. Every breath is a chance to start fresh. You don't have to wait for New Year's Day or Monday morning or some perfect moment in the future. You can begin again right now, right here, exactly where you are. And beginning again doesn't mean denying your past or pretending it didn't happen. It means integrating your past, learning from it, and using it as fuel for your growth. Every difficult experience you've had has given you wisdom. Every failure has taught you something valuable. Every heartbreak has deepened your capacity for compassion. Nothing has been wasted. It's all been part of your education in being human. So what does your new beginning look like? Only you can answer that. But I can tell you this, it starts with a decision. A decision to stop waiting for perfect conditions. A decision to stop making excuses. A decision to take responsibility for your life, not in a way that blames you for everything that's happened, but in a way that empowers you to create what happens next. Because you are not a victim of your circumstances. You are a creator. You might not be able to control everything that happens to you, but you can absolutely control how you respond to it. You can control the meaning you give to events. You can control the thoughts you choose to believe. You can control the actions you take. And that's where your power lies. Not in trying to control external events, but in taking full responsibility for your internal state. When you realize that no person, no circumstance, no past event has the power to determine your worth or your happiness, you become free, truly free. This freedom comes from understanding a simple but profound truth. You are not your circumstances. You are the one experiencing your circumstances. And you have the power to change your relationship with whatever you're experiencing. You have the power to find peace in the midst of chaos. You have the power to find joy even when things aren't perfect. You have the power to love yourself even when you feel unlovable. How do you develop this power? Through practice, through showing up for yourself day after day, through choosing presence over distraction, through choosing love over fear, through choosing faith over doubt. Not because it's easy, but because it's worth it. And let me be clear, this isn't about positive thinking or pretending everything is fine when it's not. This is about being honest with yourself about where you are while simultaneously holding a vision for where you want to go. It's about acknowledging your current reality without getting lost in it. It's about feeling your feelings fully while remembering that you are not your feelings. You are the space in which feelings arise and pass away. Everything passes. This is one of the most important things you can understand. Whatever you're going through right now, it will change. It might not change as quickly as you'd like. It might not change in the way you expect, but it will change. Because change is the only constant in life. Everything is in motion. Everything is evolving. Everything is becoming. And you are becoming too. Every experience is shaping you. Every challenge is strengthening you. Every moment of darkness is preparing you to appreciate the light. You are not the same person you were a year ago or even yesterday. You are constantly evolving, constantly growing, constantly becoming more of who you really are. So, relax. Take a breath. You don't have to have it all figured out. You don't have to be perfect. You don't have to prove yourself to anyone. You just have to be willing to show up for your own life, to be present, to be honest, to be kind to yourself. Because here's what I've learned after all these years of studying human behavior, of working with thousands of people, of observing my own journey. The people who are truly happy, the people who are truly at peace, are not the ones who have perfect lives. They're the ones who have learned to work with whatever life brings them. They're the ones who have developed a strong relationship with themselves. They're the ones who know that their worth is not dependent on external validation. These people understand that happiness is not a destination to arrive at. It's not something you achieve once you get the right job or the right partner or the right amount of money. Happiness is a way of traveling. It's a choice you make in each moment. It's a practice, not a prize. And peace, real peace, doesn't come from having everything under control. It comes from accepting that you're not in control and learning to trust the process anyway. It comes from surrendering your need to know how everything will work out and being willing to take one step at a time into the unknown. The unknown is scary, I get it. We've been taught to fear uncertainty, to always have a plan, to know what's coming next. But the unknown is also where all possibilities live. It's where miracles happen. It's where transformation occurs. When you can learn to be comfortable with not knowing, when you can learn to stay present in the uncertainty, you open yourself up to opportunities that you couldn't have planned for or predicted. Life has a way of working out. Not always in the way you expect, but often in ways that are better than you could have imagined. But you have to be willing to let go of your rigid expectations about how things should unfold. You have to be willing to be surprised. You have to be willing to trust that there's an intelligence at work in the universe that's far greater than your limited human perspective. Some people call this intelligence God. Some call it the universe or source or higher power. The name doesn't matter. What matters is recognizing that you're not alone in this. You're not separate from life. You're an integral part of it. And just as your body knows how to heal a cut without your conscious intervention, just as nature knows how to grow a tree from a seed, there's a knowing within you, a wisdom that can guide you if you learn to listen to it. That inner wisdom speaks to you through your intuition, through your gut feelings, through those quiet nudges that tell you when something is right or wrong for you. But most of us have learned to ignore that voice. We've learned to trust external authorities more than our own inner knowing. We've learned to doubt ourselves, to second-guess our instincts, to look outside ourselves for answers that can only be found within. Your new beginning involves learning to trust yourself again. It involves quieting the noise of external opinions and expectations so you can hear your own truth. It involves asking yourself, what do I really want? What really matters to me? What kind of life do I want to create? And then having the courage to honor those answers, even if they don't match what other people think you should do. This takes courage, real courage, because it's much easier to follow the well-worn path that others have traveled. It's much safer to do what's expected, to fit in, to not rock the boat. But safe isn't always healthy, and fitting in often means abandoning yourself, and the boat sometimes needs to be rocked. You were not born to live a small life. You were not born to play small, to hide your light, to settle for less than what your soul is calling you toward. You were born to express your unique gifts in the world. You were born to love and be loved. You were born to grow and evolve and become more conscious. You were born to make a difference in some way, large or small, and the world needs you to step into that. The world needs your unique perspective, your creativity, your compassion, your courage. There are people whose lives will be touched by you in ways you can't even foresee right now. There are contributions you're meant to make that only you can make. But none of that can happen if you're stuck in the past, paralyzed by fear, or waiting for perfect conditions that will never come. So what are you waiting for? What's holding you back? Is it fear of failure, fear of success, fear of judgment, fear of being alone, fear of not being enough? Whatever it is, I want you to understand something. That fear is not your enemy. That fear is just a part of you that's trying to keep you safe. It's the part of you that remembers getting hurt in the past and doesn't want to experience that pain again. But you can acknowledge that fear without letting it run your life. You can say to that fearful part of yourself, "Thank you for trying to protect me. I see you. I hear you. But I'm not in danger right now, and I'm choosing to move forward anyway." You can feel the fear and do it anyway. You can be scared and brave at the same time. Courage isn't the absence of fear. Courage is feeling the fear and taking action despite it. Courage is knowing you might fail and trying anyway. Courage is risking rejection in order to live authentically. Courage is choosing to be vulnerable even though you might get hurt. And yes, you might fail. You might make mistakes. You might fall flat on your face. So what? You've failed before and you survived. You've made mistakes before and you learned from them. You've fallen down before and you got back up. Failure is not fatal. It's just feedback. It's just information about what doesn't work so you can try something different. The only real failure is not trying at all. The only real mistake is letting fear keep you from living the life you're meant to live. The only real tragedy is getting to the end of your life and realizing you never really lived, you only existed. And I don't want that for you. I want you to really live. I want you to feel deeply, to love fully, to take risks, to make mistakes, to learn, to grow, to express yourself, to follow your curiosity, to honor your passions, to be authentic, to be vulnerable, to be real, because that's what life is about. It's not about being perfect. It's not about having all the answers. It's not about avoiding pain or difficulty. It's about showing up fully for the whole human experience, the joy and the sorrow, the triumphs and the defeats, the connection and the loneliness, all of it. And when you show up fully, when you stop holding back, when you stop playing it safe, something magical happens. Life meets you there, opportunities appear, synchronicities occur. The right people show up at the right time. Resources become available. Doors open that you didn't even know existed. But none of that can happen when you're playing small, when you're hiding, when you're waiting for permission or for perfect conditions. It only happens when you take that first step, even though you're scared, even though you don't know exactly where it will lead, even though you can't see the whole path. You only need to see the next step. That's all, just one step at a time. And each step you take gives you a clearer view of the next step. You don't need the whole map. You just need to start moving. And as you start moving, as you start taking action aligned with your true self, you'll notice something interesting. You'll start to feel more alive, more energized, more present, more connected to yourself and to life itself. Because you'll be living in alignment with your soul's purpose instead of fighting against it. Your soul knows why you're here. Your soul knows what you came here to learn, to experience, to contribute. And when you align with that, when you stop trying to force your life into some predetermined mold and instead allow it to unfold naturally, everything becomes easier. Not necessarily easy, but easier. More flowing, more graceful. You start to trust the process. You start to see that even the difficult times have purpose. You start to recognize that everything is working together for your highest good, even when you can't see how. You start to relax into life instead of constantly fighting against it. And that relaxation, that surrender, that's not weakness, that's wisdom, that's maturity. That's the hallmark of someone who's learned that control is an illusion and that true power comes from working with life instead of against it. So right now, in this moment, I invite you to take a breath and just relax. Relax your shoulders, relax your jaw, relax your mind. You don't have to figure everything out right now. You don't have to solve all your problems today. You just have to be here, now, present, and available to this moment. And from this place of relaxed presence, ask yourself, what is one small thing I could do today that would honor myself? What is one small choice I could make that would be aligned with who I want to become? What is one small step I could take toward the life I want to create? It doesn't have to be a big thing. In fact, it's better if it's small, because small, consistent actions create lasting change. Small steps taken every day will carry you further than big leaps taken once in a while. The key is consistency. The key is showing up for yourself day after day, moment after moment, choice after choice. And some days will be easier than others. Some days you'll feel motivated and inspired and ready to take on the world. Other days you'll feel tired and discouraged and tempted to give up. That's okay. That's normal. That's part of being human. You don't have to be perfect. You just have to keep going. On the hard days, be especially gentle with yourself. On the days when you feel like you're not making progress, remember how far you've come. On the days when you want to give up, remember why you started. On the days when you feel alone, remember that you're part of something much bigger than yourself. You are connected to all of life. You are supported by forces you can't see. You are loved by a universe that brought you into existence for a reason. You matter. Your life matters. Your choices matter. What you do with this one precious life of yours matters. And it's never too late to begin again. It doesn't matter how old you are, how many mistakes you've made, how much time you think you've wasted. Right now is a new beginning. Right now is when your life can change. Right now is when you can choose differently. So choose love over fear. Choose presence over distraction. Choose action over procrastination. Choose authenticity over pretense. Choose growth over comfort. Choose faith over doubt. Choose yourself, not in a selfish way, but in a way that honors the truth of who you are and why you're here. Because when you honor yourself, when you live from your truth, when you align with your purpose, you give others permission to do the same. Your courage inspires courage in others. Your authenticity gives others permission to be authentic. Your willingness to be vulnerable makes it safer for others to be vulnerable. You change the world by changing yourself. And that's what this moment is offering you. A chance to change, a chance to begin again, a chance to step into a new way of being. Not someday in the future when conditions are perfect, but right now, exactly as you are, exactly where you are. You are exactly where you need to be for a new beginning. All the experiences that brought you here have prepared you for this moment. All the lessons you've learned have given you the wisdom you need. All the challenges you've faced have given you the strength you need. You have everything you need right now to take the next step. So relax, breathe, trust. You've got this. Not because you're perfect or because you have it all figured out, but because you're willing to show up. You're willing to try. You're willing to grow. You're willing to begin again. And that willingness, that openness, that's all you need. The rest will unfold in its own time, in its own way. Your job is not to control the outcome. Your job is to show up fully for the process, to be present, to be authentic, to be kind to yourself and others, to do your best and trust that your best is enough. Because it is enough. You are enough. Right now, exactly as you are enough. Not because you're perfect, but because you're real. Not because you have all the answers, but because you're willing to ask the questions. Not because you've arrived, but because you're willing to take the journey. And what a journey it is. What an adventure. What a gift to be alive, to be conscious, to be here now in this moment with infinite possibilities stretching out before you. Yes, there will be challenges. Yes, there will be difficulties. But there will also be joy and love and beauty and connection and growth and moments of pure magic that take your breath away. So relax into it. Trust it. Allow it. You are exactly where you need to be. Everything is unfolding perfectly. Your new beginning is here, right now, in this very moment. All you have to do is say yes. Yes to yourself. Yes to life. Yes to the adventure that's calling you forward. The time is now. The place is here. The person is you. This is your moment. This is your new beginning. Take it, own it, live it, and watch as your life transforms in ways you never thought possible. You've got this, you really do, and I believe in you, even if you don't quite believe in yourself yet. Trust that belief. Let it carry you forward until you can feel it for yourself, and know that you're not alone. You never have been, you never will be. You are supported, you are guided, you are loved, always. So take that breath. Take that step. Begin again, right here, right now, exactly where you are. This is it. This is your time. Make it count. You're finally ready. Right now, in this very moment, something inside you has shifted. You feel it, don't you? That gentle stirring in your soul that tells you things cannot continue the way they've been. You've been waiting for this moment, perhaps without even knowing it. You've been preparing yourself, building strength through every struggle, gathering wisdom through every pain, and now you stand at the threshold of the most magnificent transformation of your life. The universe has been orchestrating this moment for you. Every setback you faced, every closed door, every disappointment that broke your heart, they were all leading you here. To this moment of awakening, to this moment of recognition. You see, nothing in your life has been random, nothing has been wasted. Every single experience has been shaping you, molding you, preparing you for what's coming next. And what's coming next is so much bigger, so much more beautiful than anything you've allowed yourself to believe was possible. For too long, you've been living beneath your potential. You've been settling for less than what your heart truly desires. You've been playing small, hiding your light, dimming your brilliance because somewhere along the way, someone convinced you that you weren't worthy of greatness. Someone made you believe that your dreams were too big, your aspirations too lofty, your desires too grand. But tonight, all of that changes. Tonight, you receive the message you've been waiting for. Tonight, you understand that you are not here to live an ordinary life. You are a spiritual being having a human experience. You are an infinite soul, temporarily housed in a physical body. You are connected to the same source that creates galaxies, that makes flowers bloom, that causes birds to fly thousands of miles to their destination without a map. That same intelligence, that same creative power, that same divine energy flows through you. It has always been there. It has never left you. You simply forgot. You got distracted by the noise of the world, by the opinions of others, by the limitations that society tried to impose on you. But you're remembering now. You're waking up. You're seeing through the illusion of separation and recognizing the truth of who you really are. You are not your past. You are not your mistakes. You are not the story you've been telling yourself about why you can't have what you want. You are pure potential. You are unlimited possibility. You are the creator of your own reality, and the time has come for you to step into that power. God speaks to you in many ways, through the whisper of your intuition, through the synchronicities that appear in your life, through the people who show up exactly when you need them, through the books that fall into your hands, through the ideas that suddenly illuminate your mind. And tonight, the message is clear. You are ready. You have done the work. You have paid your dues. You have learned the lessons. Now it's time to receive. What does it mean to receive? It means to open yourself up. It means to stop resisting. It means to let go of the struggle and surrender to the flow of life. You've been trying so hard, pushing so forcefully, striving so intensely that you've actually been blocking the very things you want from coming to you. Life doesn't require that you fight. Life doesn't demand that you suffer. Life wants to support you, to bless you, to shower you with abundance and joy and love. But you have to let it in. Think about a river for a moment. A river doesn't struggle to flow. It doesn't question whether it's worthy of reaching the ocean. It doesn't doubt its path. It simply flows. When it encounters a rock, it doesn't stop. It flows around it. When it comes to a cliff, it doesn't give up. It becomes a waterfall. The river trusts. The river surrenders. The river allows. And eventually, inevitably, it reaches its destination. You are like that river. Your life is meant to flow. Your dreams are meant to manifest. Your desires are meant to be fulfilled. But you have to stop damming yourself up with doubt, with fear, with limiting beliefs. You have to remove the obstacles you've placed in your own path. And the biggest obstacle of all is the belief that you are separate from the source of all creation, that you are alone in this universe, that you have to do everything by yourself. You are never alone. You are always connected. You are always supported. You are always guided. Even in your darkest moments, especially in your darkest moments, the divine presence is with you. Those moments of despair, those nights of tears, those times when you thought you couldn't go on, you were being refined, you were being strengthened, you were being prepared for something greater. Gold doesn't become pure without going through the fire. Diamonds don't form without intense pressure. Butterflies don't emerge without the struggle of breaking free from the cocoon. And you, beautiful soul, you don't transform without facing challenges. But here's what you need to understand. The challenges were never meant to break you. They were meant to break you open, to crack open your heart so more love could pour in, to shatter your illusions so you could see the truth, to strip away everything that wasn't really you so your authentic self could finally shine. And you are shining now. Perhaps you can't see it yet, but others do. There's a light in your eyes that wasn't there before. There's a strength in your spirit that has been forged through fire. There's a wisdom in your soul that can only come from experience. You are not the same person you were a year ago, a month ago, even a day ago. You are constantly evolving, constantly growing, constantly becoming more of who you truly are. The shift that's happening tonight isn't something external. It's not about your circumstances suddenly changing, although they will. It's not about other people suddenly treating you differently, although they will. The shift is internal. It's a shift in your awareness. It's a shift in your consciousness. It's a shift in how you see yourself and your place in this universe. And this internal shift is what creates every external change you'll experience from this point forward. You've been asking for a sign. You've been praying for clarity. You've been seeking direction. And here it is. Trust yourself. Trust the process. Trust that you are exactly where you need to be right now. Even if things seem uncertain, even if you can't see the full path ahead, even if you're afraid, trust. Fear is not a stop sign. Fear is a signpost telling you that you're about to do something important, something meaningful, something that matters. Every person who has ever achieved anything significant has felt fear. The difference is they didn't let fear stop them. They felt the fear and moved forward anyway. They understood that fear is just an emotion, not a prophecy. They knew that on the other side of fear is freedom. And that's where you're headed now, toward freedom. Freedom from doubt, freedom from limitation, freedom from the prison of your own negative thinking. Your thoughts create your reality. This isn't just a nice saying, it's a fundamental truth of the universe. What you focus on expands. What you think about, you bring about. What you believe, you achieve. If you constantly think thoughts of lack, you'll experience lack. If you constantly think thoughts of abundance, you'll experience abundance. If you see yourself as a victim, you'll remain a victim. If you see yourself as powerful, you'll become powerful. So what are you choosing to think right now? Are you thinking thoughts that support your dreams or thoughts that sabotage them? Are you focusing on what's wrong or what's possible? Are you remembering your failures or envisioning your success? You have the power to choose. In every moment, you have the power to choose. And the choices you make in your mind are the most important choices you'll ever make because they determine everything else. Change your thoughts, and you change your life. It really is that simple. Not easy, but simple. It takes practice, it takes awareness, it takes commitment. You have to catch yourself when you slip into old patterns of negative thinking. You have to redirect your mind toward what you want instead of what you fear. You have to train your brain to work for you instead of against you. And here's something you need to know. You don't have to have it all figured out. You don't need to know every step of the journey. You just need to take the next step, just one step. That's all. The universe will meet you there. The moment you take action in the direction of your dreams, the moment you demonstrate faith by moving forward even without guarantees, the universe conspires to support you. Doors open. People appear. Resources become available. Opportunities present themselves. But you have to initiate the process. You have to be the one who says yes to your life. You have to be the one who decides that from this moment forward, things will be different. Nobody can do this for you. Nobody can want it more than you do. Nobody can believe in your dreams if you don't believe in them first. This is your life. Your precious, beautiful, miraculous life. And you get to choose how you live it. What have you been putting off? What have you been telling yourself you'll do someday? What dream have you pushed to the back of your mind because it seemed too impractical, too impossible, too late? I'm here to tell you it's not too late. It's never too late. As long as you're breathing, as long as you're alive, you have time. You have opportunity. You have potential waiting to be unleashed. Stop waiting for permission. Stop waiting for the perfect moment. Stop waiting to feel ready. You're as ready as you'll ever be. You have everything you need right now to begin, maybe. Not to finish, but to begin. And beginning is everything. The journey of 1,000 miles starts with a single step. The greatest symphonies start with a single note. The most magnificent paintings start with a single brush stroke. And your extraordinary life starts with a single decision, the decision to trust yourself and step forward in faith. Faith isn't about being certain. Faith is about moving forward, even when you're uncertain. Faith is about trusting that the path will become clear as you walk it. Faith is about believing that you are supported by forces greater than yourself. And you are. The entire universe is supporting you. Nature is supporting you. The divine is supporting you. Your higher self is supporting you. All the angels and ancestors and spiritual guides are cheering you on. You are so loved, so completely, unconditionally, infinitely loved, not for what you do, but for who you are. You don't have to earn this love. You don't have to prove yourself worthy of this love. You are worthy simply because you exist. You are a precious child of the universe, a unique expression of the divine, and there will never be another you. Your gifts are needed. Your voice is needed. Your presence is needed. The world is waiting for you to show up fully, authentically, courageously. But you can't show up fully if you're still carrying all that baggage from the past. It's time to put it down. Forgive yourself, forgive others. Release the resentment. Let go of the regret. Stop replaying old scenes in your mind. Stop punishing yourself for mistakes you made when you didn't know better. You did the best you could with the awareness you had at the time. And that's all anyone can ever do. Forgiveness is not about condoning what happened. Forgiveness is about freeing yourself from the prison of the past. When you hold on to anger, when you nurture grudges, when you refuse to forgive, you're the one who suffers. You're the one who remains trapped. You're the one who cannot move forward. The person or situation you're angry about has moved on. They're not thinking about it, but you are. You're the one keeping it alive. You're the one giving it power. And today, you can choose to take that power back. You take your power back by choosing peace over conflict, by choosing love over fear, by choosing freedom over resentment. It's a choice. It's always a choice. And when you make that choice, when you truly decide to release the past and all its pain, you'll feel lighter immediately. You'll feel like a weight has been lifted off your shoulders, because it has. You've been carrying burdens that were never yours to carry, trying to control things that were never yours to control, worrying about things that are not in your hands. What is in your hands is this present moment, right here, right now. This is where your power lives. Not in yesterday, not in tomorrow, but in this eternal now. What will you do with it? How will you use this moment? Will you waste it worrying? Will you spend it in fear, or will you claim it as an opportunity to choose differently? Choose love. In every situation, in every interaction, in every decision, choose love. Love is the most powerful force in the universe. Love heals. Love transforms. Love creates miracles. When you approach life from a place of love instead of fear, everything changes. Your energy changes. Your vibration changes. And when your vibration changes, you attract different circumstances, different people, different opportunities. You are an energetic being living in an energetic universe. Everything is energy. Your thoughts are energy, your emotions are energy, your words are energy, and like attracts like. When you're vibrating at the frequency of love, joy, gratitude, and abundance, you attract more things that match that frequency. When you're vibrating at the frequency of fear, anger, resentment, and lack, you attract more of that. So how do you raise your vibration? You do it by consciously choosing thoughts that feel good. You do it by practicing gratitude for what you already have. You do it by looking for reasons to appreciate rather than reasons to complain. You do it by treating yourself with kindness and compassion. You do it by surrounding yourself with positive influences and removing yourself from toxic situations. You do it by taking care of your body, feeding your mind with good information, and nourishing your soul with activities that bring you joy. This isn't selfish. This is essential. You cannot give what you don't have. You cannot pour from an empty cup. You cannot be a light for others if your own light has gone out. Taking care of yourself, loving yourself, honoring yourself, this is the foundation of everything. When you're healthy and happy and whole, you naturally overflow with generosity and kindness toward others. But when you're depleted and exhausted and running on empty, you have nothing left to give. Make yourself a priority. Not in an egotistical way, but in a sacred way. Treat yourself as the precious being that you are. Listen to your body when it needs rest. Listen to your heart when it needs healing. Listen to your soul when it needs silence. You are the only person who will be with you for your entire life. You are the only person whose approval you truly need. You are the only person who can validate your worth. Stop seeking validation from external sources. Stop measuring your value by other people's opinions. Stop comparing yourself to others. Comparison is the thief of joy. There will always be someone who has more than you in some area, and there will always be someone who has less. But none of that matters. Your journey is unique. Your path is your own. Your timing is perfect. Things are unfolding exactly as they should, even when it doesn't feel like it, even when you're frustrated with the pace, even when you wish things would hurry up. There is a divine timing to everything. Seeds planted in spring don't bloom until summer. Babies aren't born until they've fully developed. Stars don't appear until the sun goes down. And your dreams won't manifest until all the pieces are in place. Your job is not to control the timeline. Your job is to stay faithful to the vision. Keep watering your seeds. Keep believing in your dreams. Keep showing up day after day, doing what you can with what you have, where you are. Consistency creates results. Persistence pays off. Faith moves mountains. And speaking of mountains, whatever mountain you're facing right now, whatever obstacle seems insurmountable, whatever problem appears unsolvable, it's not. There is always a solution. There is always a way. There is always hope. Sometimes the solution comes from a direction you never expected. Sometimes the way opens when you least anticipate it. Sometimes hope arrives disguised as a new idea, a chance encounter, a sudden insight. Stay open. Stay receptive. Stay willing to see things differently. The answer you're looking for might not look like what you thought it would look like. The blessing you're waiting for might not come in the package you expected. The miracle you need might not happen the way you planned, but it will happen. If you keep your heart open and your faith strong and your mind receptive, it will happen. Miracles are natural. Miracles are your birthright. You are designed to experience wonder and magic and synchronicity. But you have to create space for miracles to occur. And you create that space by letting go of your rigid ideas about how things should be. You create that space by releasing your attachment to specific outcomes. You create that space by trusting that something better than what you can conceive is possible. What if the thing you think you want isn't even the best thing for you? What if there's something better waiting for you, something you can't even envision yet? What if the universe is protecting you from something that seems good but would actually limit you? What if every no is redirecting you toward a bigger yes? Trust the process. Trust the timing. Trust the intelligence of life itself. Life knows what it's doing. The universe has not forgotten about you. God has not abandoned you. You are being guided every step of the way, even when you can't see the guidance, even when you feel lost, even when you think you're walking alone. You're not alone. You've never been alone, and you will never be alone. There is a presence within you that knows exactly what you need, exactly when you need it. There is a wisdom in your soul that surpasses all intellectual understanding. There is a power in your being that can accomplish anything, but you have to access it. You access it through stillness. You access it through silence. You access it through going within instead of constantly looking without. All the answers you seek are inside you. All the guidance you need is within you. All the strength you require is already yours. You just have to remember. You just have to reconnect. You just have to return to yourself. And you do that by creating quiet time, by sitting in meditation, by taking walks in nature, by turning off the noise and tuning into your own inner voice. That voice is always speaking to you. It speaks through your feelings. It speaks through your knowing. It speaks through that gut instinct you sometimes ignore. It speaks through the ideas that excite you. It speaks through the opportunities that appear. It speaks through the people who cross your path. Learn to listen. Learn to trust. Learn to follow that inner guidance even when it doesn't make logical sense. Logic will keep you safe. Logic will keep you comfortable. Logic will keep you where you are. But intuition will lead you to greatness. Intuition will guide you to your purpose. Intuition will show you the path to your dreams. Your rational mind only knows what it's experienced before, but your intuitive mind is connected to infinite intelligence. It knows things your conscious mind cannot comprehend. It sees possibilities your logical thinking cannot conceive. So when you get a hunch, follow it. When you feel drawn to something, explore it. When an idea won't leave you alone, act on it. These are not random occurrences. These are divine downloads. These are cosmic nudges. These are messages from your higher self telling you which way to go. Your higher self is the part of you that is already living the life you dream of. Your higher self is the version of you that has already achieved what you desire. Your higher self is the best, truest, most authentic expression of who you are. And you can connect with that higher self anytime you choose. You can ask for guidance. You can request clarity. You can seek wisdom, and you will receive it. But you have to ask. You have to be willing to receive. You have to be open to hearing the answer, even if it's not what you wanted to hear. Sometimes the guidance is to wait. Sometimes the guidance is to change direction. Sometimes the guidance is to let go of something you've been holding on to. And that can be difficult. That can be painful. That can feel like loss. But what feels like loss is often liberation. What feels like an ending is often a beginning. What feels like failure is often redirection. Everything that falls apart in your life is making room for something better to come together. Every door that closes is forcing you toward a door that's opening. Every person who leaves is clearing space for someone more aligned to enter. Every plan that fails is guiding you toward a plan that will succeed. You cannot fail. Not really. Not in the ultimate sense. You can have setbacks. You can have delays. You can have disappointments. But you cannot fail because you are always learning, always growing, always evolving. Every experience is teaching you something. Every challenge is strengthening you. Every mistake is showing you what doesn't work so you can find what does. There is no such thing as wasted time. There is no such thing as a wasted experience. It's all part of your journey. It's all contributing to your growth. It's all preparing you for what's next. And what's next is magnificent. What's next will blow your mind. What's next will exceed your wildest expectations. But you have to keep going. You have to keep believing. You have to keep moving forward. Forward is the only direction. You cannot go back. You cannot undo what's been done. You cannot change what happened yesterday, but you can decide what happens today. You can choose how you respond to life. You can choose the meaning you assign to your experiences. You can choose whether you will be defined by your past or whether you will use your past as fuel for your future. Your past does not determine your future unless you let it. You are not bound by what happened before. You are not limited by where you came from. You are not restricted by what others think of you. You are a powerful creator standing in the present moment with infinite potential before you. And the moment you truly grasp this truth, the moment you really understand your power, everything shifts. This is that moment, right now. As you hear these words, as you feel these truths resonating in your soul, something is shifting. Something is changing. Something is being activated within you. You are remembering who you really are. You are reclaiming your power. You are stepping into your purpose, and there is no going back. Once you see the truth, you cannot unsee it. Once you taste freedom, you cannot return to bondage. Once you experience your divinity, you cannot shrink back into smallness. You are not small. You are not insignificant. You are not powerless. You are a magnificent expression of the divine. You are a walking miracle. You are proof that the universe creates perfection. Look at yourself. Really look at yourself. Your body is performing millions of functions right now without you even thinking about it. Your heart is beating. Your lungs are breathing. Your cells are regenerating. Your immune system is protecting you. Your brain is processing information. This is miraculous. You are miraculous. And if your body can perform such incredible feats without your conscious effort, what else is possible? If intelligence can orchestrate such complexity within you, what can that same intelligence create through you? The answer is anything. Absolutely anything. There are no limits except the ones you accept. There are no boundaries except the ones you believe in. There are no impossibilities except the ones you agree to. So stop agreeing to limitation. Stop accepting lack. Stop believing in obstacles. Start seeing yourself as the powerful being you truly are. Start claiming the abundance that is your birthright. Start living as if your dreams have already come true, because in the quantum field, in the realm of infinite possibility, they already have. Your job is simply to align your physical reality with that higher reality. You do that through feeling, through emotion, through the energy you emit. Start feeling now the way you will feel when your dreams manifest. Start experiencing now the emotions you will have when you achieve your goals. Start being now the person you will be when you reach your destination. Don't wait for circumstances to change before you feel good. Feel good now, and watch how quickly circumstances change. This is the secret that has been hidden in plain sight. This is the truth that transforms everything. Your external world is a reflection of your internal world. Change your inner world, and your outer world must change. It's law. It's physics. It's the way the universe works. You are not a victim of circumstances. You are the creator of circumstances. You are not at the mercy of life. Life is responding to you. Everything you see around you, everything you're experiencing is a result of the energy you've been putting out, the thoughts you've been thinking, the beliefs you've been holding, the feelings you've been feeling. Change those, and you change everything. It might not happen instantly. There might be a lag time, but it will happen. As surely as planting seeds produces plants, changing your consciousness produces changed circumstances. So plant good seeds, think good thoughts, hold empowering beliefs, feel positive emotions, speak kind words, take inspired action, and then trust. Trust that the harvest is coming. Trust that your good is on its way. Trust that you are being guided and supported and blessed beyond measure. You are blessed. Right now, in this moment, you are blessed. Yes, you might have challenges. Yes, you might have problems. Yes, you might have things you want to change. But you are still blessed. You are alive. You are breathing. You are here right now receiving this message. That means it's not over. That means there's still time. That means you still have opportunity. And that is a blessing. Count your blessings, all of them. Even the ones disguised as problems, even the ones that hurt, even the ones you don't understand yet. There is a blessing in everything when you're willing to see it. There is a gift in every experience when you're willing to receive it. There is a lesson in every situation when you're willing to learn it. Be willing, be open, be receptive. Life is trying to teach you. Life is trying to help you. Life is trying to show you the way. But you have to pay attention. You have to be present. You have to stop rushing through your days on autopilot and start living with intention and awareness and purpose. What is your purpose? Have you asked yourself that question lately? Have you considered why you're here? You're not here by accident. You're not here to just get by. You're not here to merely survive. You're here to thrive. You're here to create. You're here to love. You're here to express your unique gifts and talents in ways that only you can. What are your gifts? What lights you up? What makes you lose track of time? What would you do even if nobody paid you? That's your clue. That's your compass. That's pointing you toward your purpose. Follow that. Pursue that. Develop that. Because when you're living your purpose, when you're using your gifts, when you're doing what you love, you're in alignment with your soul. And when you're in alignment with your soul, magic happens. Doors open that were previously closed. People show up who can help you. Resources become available that weren't there before. Opportunities present themselves that you never imagined. This is what it means to be in flow. This is what it means to be living your truth. This is what it means to be who you really are. And who you really are is so much more than you've allowed yourself to be. You've been playing a role. You've been wearing a mask. You've been living according to other people's expectations and society's rules and outdated beliefs that were never true. But tonight you take off the mask. Tonight you step out of the role. Tonight you free yourself from the prison of should and must and have to. You don't have to be anything other than yourself. You don't have to prove anything to anyone. You don't have to live up to anyone's standards but your own. You are enough. Right now, exactly as you are enough. You are worthy, you are valuable, you are lovable. Not because of what you do or what you have or what you achieve, but because of who you are. And who you are is a divine being, a spiritual essence, a spark of the infinite. The infinite lives within you. God lives within you. All power lives within you. All wisdom lives within you. All love lives within you. Everything you've been seeking outside yourself has been inside you all along. The peace you crave, the joy you desire, the love you need, the abundance you want, it's all inside you. You just have to access it. You access it by going within, by connecting with your source, by remembering your truth. And the truth is this: you are finally ready. Everything that has happened in your life, everything you've experienced, everything you've learned, has prepared you for this moment of awakening, this moment of transformation, this moment of understanding that you are not who you thought you were. You are so much more. You are limitless. You are eternal. You are divine. This is God's message to you tonight. You are loved beyond measure. You are supported beyond comprehension. You are blessed beyond belief. And you are ready to step into your power, ready to claim your inheritance, Ready to live the life you were born to live, the life of purpose and passion and peace, the life of abundance and joy and love, the life that has been waiting for you to say yes. Say yes. Right now, in this moment, say yes. Yes to your dreams. Yes to your desires. Yes to your purpose. Yes to your power. Yes to your truth. Yes to yourself. Yes to life. Yes to love. Yes to God. Yes. When you say yes, the universe says yes. When you step forward, the path appears. When you believe, miracles manifest. This is how it works. This is how it has always worked. You've just forgotten, but now you remember. And remembering changes everything. Your life is about to shift in ways you cannot yet comprehend. Changes are coming that will astound you. Blessings are heading your way that will overwhelm you. Opportunities are lining up that will thrill you. Love is preparing to find you. Abundance is getting ready to flow to you. Success is about to meet you. All because you're finally ready. You're ready to receive. You're ready to allow. You're ready to become. And the universe has been waiting for this moment. God has been waiting for this moment. Your higher self has been waiting for this moment. Everything in creation has been conspiring to bring you to this moment. This moment when you finally understand. This moment when you finally believe. This moment when you finally know. You know you are not separate from God. You know you are one with all that is. You know you are a powerful creator. You know you are worthy and deserving and enough. You know you can have the life you desire. You know you can be the person you dream of being. You know you can do the things you've been afraid to attempt. You know because you feel it. You know because something inside you has awakened. You know because you are finally ready. And so it is. From this moment forward, everything is different. From this moment forward, you walk in power. From this moment forward, you live in purpose. From this moment forward, you embody your truth. This is your time. This is your moment. This is your life. Claim it. Own it. Live it. Fully, passionately, authentically. The world is waiting for you. The universe is supporting you. God is blessing you. And you, beautiful soul, you are finally ready to receive it all.